Before even the primaries began, I was really leaning more for Hillary. This was before I was even awake. And I followed every primary on both Republican side and Democratic side. And my awakening happened when I connected the dots. I saw what was being covered, what was not being covered, and I realized there's a lot of collusion. There's a lot of shenanigans happening with the Democratic Party. At the same time, like many of us, we learned about Bernie through his C-SPAN footage, through his inspiring speeches, and so forth. And then we met up at Philly, and we pushed hard, and we, told them you need to vote for Bernie. Hillary will not win. So that being said, I want to just say that the people are waking up. Those that were not following the primaries as intensely as many of us, they're catching on. The reason why is because those people that were at Philly, those people that were following Bernie, since day one, and saw all of the, what the Democratic Party was doing, they're spreading the word. Even today, they're spreading the word. They're reminding their surroundings, the groups that they're part of, that the Democratic Party is not for the people. And like you said, sprinkle some facts, and then just, what's the saying?
Sprinkle some facts and get out of there. Get out of there.
There you go. And there are people that are now questioning, my goodness, who can we trust? So that's really what I would suggest everyone, instead of criticizing those that are involved in the indivisible rallies and marches and all that, and resistant group pages, join them and educate them. Tell them what really happened last year. And here's a great indicator for me. My husband watches CNN, and I can't stand that. And he actually shamed me after I told him that I would not vote for Hillary. And I was shamed, countlessly, and by family. Today, or just recently, my husband, again, a CNN watcher who's really mainstream, not very much involved with politics, he looked at me on Sunday and he said, "Did you hear what Hillary did?" I said, "What? What did he do?" He said, "She went on some interview and she just made herself look worse." In other words, she is losing her reputation amongst Hillary supporters. A great indicator is when your spouse or some other friends who are not, real followers of politics, if they are starting to critique or criticize Hillary, and now realizing, connecting the dots based on all the information that's out there, they too are now waking up. They're now realizing that the Democratic Party is not with them. That it really takes all of us to educate them. It's a daily thing that we need to do. So I just wanted to share that with you, a personal observation, and just again, keep sprinkling those facts.
I love it. Thank you, Irma Linda. I appreciate you. What has happened, and I think some people may relate to this, as people become awake, they become almost totally disillusioned. Have you seen that? Where like people, once they realize that the Democratic Party is some crap, they just totally are just like, they are just like their brains are like fried. Okay? And I felt bad that my wife was just like an empty shell, like, there's no hope. There's no hope in this country. They did that to Bernie, and then she starts learning and learning and learning and learning and learning and learning, and it's like, what? And then what happened to Jill? And I'm like, well, I haven't heard from Jill since the campaign. I haven't heard from Jill or Jamu at all. They've been on my show like 5 times. And it's like, well, Tim, you need to talk to them. And what's going on? Why aren't they? And she's like, I just give up on all this stuff. And so I think we have to start giving people something to replace it with. Because that's just, I don't think she's, I don't know how your husband is, but as he gets out of that, because it's happening on its own now, you sprinkled those facts, you got out of there. Now he's like, has to do his own, finding out for himself. I don't know if it's going to happen to him, but I know in my situation, I almost don't want to tell her anything else because she gets so distraught now. Like, because she realizes that they're lying to her. And she doesn't trust the Republicans either. So it's like, well, And then she feels like the Green Party doesn't do enough. And good guys like Bernie who do most of what we want, not all, I know, not all, not everything we want, doesn't have a chance in this crooked system. As we wake people up, we have a responsibility, sort of like in the Matrix. You know, you got to have that talk like, okay, you're coming out now. Now, hold on, let me tell you something. I want you to lose your mind, right? There's some scary stuff out here, all right? Now that you're waking up, let me just prepare you for the emotional roller coaster you're about to go on if you go down this road, because yes, it's things are not as you thought they were, and it's a lot, yeah, but there's hope. There is hope, okay? Because, you know, this eyes start welling up and start, this place is so horrible. This is so horrible. I can't believe this crap. It's like, I'm sorry I told you. I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry.